Hey y'all, have you ever caught yourself wondering, what's all this buzz about AI and how can I possibly use it to boost my business? Well, today is your lucky day. I'm here to guide you through the maze of artificial intelligence. And guess what? It's going to be an exciting adventure. Let's dive into the world of AI together, where I'll be your tour guide, showing you the ins and outs, and most importantly, how this can be your secret weapon in business. From ChatGPT, automation, creating presentations, and to video and voice cloning, we're covering all bases, making sure you're equipped with the knowledge to not just navigate, but dominate your industry with AI. Imagine automating tasks you dread, engaging with your customers on a whole new level, and creating content that wows your audience every single time. Sounds like a dream? Well, it's about to become your reality. And the best part? I'm offering this treasure trove of knowledge absolutely complimentary. That's right, free. All you need to do is sign up to join our exclusive mailing list. It's like getting a VIP pass to the future of business innovation, and it's all at your fingertips. So, what are you waiting for? Let's make the leap together. Sign up now and let's turn the what ifs into what is as we embark on this journey to revolutionize your business with AI. It's going to be fun, informative, and downright transformative. Just click that sign up button and let's get started. Here's to making the complex simple and the future exciting. See you there.
Ever pondered the significance of the first spark of human consciousness? That moment when our ancestors first looked up at the stars and asked, why? In a similar vein, we're witnessing the dawn of artificial intelligence, raising questions about its potential and where it might lead us. Consider the introduction of the internet. It began as a simple tool for communication, but rapidly evolved into an integral part of our lives, transforming everything from shopping to business operations. Now we're on the cusp of a similar revolution with the evolution of AI, especially with the advent of generative AI. Take, for example, ChatGPT. Introduced by OpenAI, it started with version 3.5, an impressive model capable of generating human-like text based on the input it receives. It could answer your questions, write essays, and even generate creative content like poems or stories. It was a tool that many found helpful at home for tasks like drafting emails or even entertaining the kids with its creative storytelling. But then came ChatGPT 4. This wasn't just an upgrade, it was a leap forward. It brought about increased comprehension, better contextual understanding, and an improved ability to generate more nuanced responses. It became a tool not just for personal use, but for businesses as well. Need to draft a detailed business report or come up with catchy marketing slogans? ChatGPT 4 is there to lend a virtual hand. In essence, the evolution of generative AI is akin to the introduction of the internet. It started as a simple concept, but with each iteration it becomes more sophisticated, more intuitive, and more integrated into our everyday lives. And just like the internet, AI in its many forms is set to redefine how we live, work, and interact with the world. In this video, we've explored the evolution of AI, delved into the differences between ChatGPT 3.5 and 4, and pondered the myriad ways in which these tools are used, both at home and in business. We've drawn parallels between the growth of AI and the introduction of the internet, painting a picture of a future where AI becomes as commonplace as the internet is today. This isn't a future you want to miss out on. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, it's time to embrace the potential of AI, to harness its power for our personal and professional lives. Just as our ancestors looked up at the stars and dared to ask why, we too should look towards the future of AI and ask what's next.
You're using ChatGPT wrong, but it's not your fault.
Have you ever pondered the significance of the first spark of human consciousness? That moment when our ancestors first looked up at the stars and asked, why? In a similar vein, we're witnessing the dawn of artificial intelligence, raising questions about its potential and where it might lead us. Consider the introduction of the internet. It began as a simple tool for communication, but rapidly evolved into an integral part of our lives, transforming everything from shopping to business operations. Now we're on the cusp of a similar revolution with the evolution of AI, especially with the advent of generative AI. Take, for example, ChatGPT. Introduced by OpenAI, it started with version 3.5, an impressive model capable of generating human-like text based on the input it receives. It could answer your questions, write essays, and even generate creative content like poems or stories. It was a tool that many found helpful at home for tasks like drafting emails or even entertaining the kids with its creative storytelling. But then came ChatGPT 4. This wasn't just an upgrade, it was a leap forward. It brought about increased comprehension, better contextual understanding, and an improved ability to generate more nuanced responses. It became a tool not just for personal use, but for businesses as well. Need to draft a detailed business report or come up with catchy marketing slogans? ChatGPT 4 is there to lend a virtual hand. In essence, the evolution of generative AI is akin to the introduction of the internet. It started as a simple concept, but with each iteration, it becomes more sophisticated, more intuitive, and more integrated into our everyday lives. And just like the internet, AI in its many forms is set to redefine how we live, work, and interact with the world. In this video, we've explored the evolution of AI, delved into the differences between ChatGPT 3.5 and 4, and pondered the myriad ways in which these tools are used, both at home and in business. We've drawn parallels between the growth of AI and the introduction of the internet, painting a picture of a future where AI becomes as commonplace as the internet is today. This isn't a future you want to miss out on. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, it's time to embrace the potential of AI, to harness its power for our personal and professional lives. Just as our ancestors looked up at the stars and dared to ask why, we too should look towards the future of AI and ask what's next.
You're using ChatGPT wrong, but it's
Have you ever pondered the significance of the first spark of human consciousness? That moment when our ancestors first looked up at the stars and asked, why? In a similar vein, we're witnessing the dawn of artificial intelligence, raising questions about its potential and where it might lead us. Consider the introduction of the internet. It began as a simple tool for communication, but rapidly evolved into an integral part of our lives, transforming everything from shopping to business operations. Now we're on the cusp of a similar revolution with the evolution of AI, especially with the advent of generative AI. Take, for example, ChatGPT. Introduced by OpenAI, it started with version 3.5, an impressive model capable of generating human-like text based on the input it receives. It could answer your questions, write essays, and even generate creative content like poems or stories. It was a tool that many found helpful at home for tasks like drafting emails or even entertaining the kids with its creative storytelling. But then came ChatGPT 4. This wasn't just an upgrade, it was a leap forward. It brought about increased comprehension, better contextual understanding, and an improved ability to generate more nuanced responses. It became a tool not just for personal use, but for businesses as well. Need to draft a detailed business report or come up with catchy marketing slogans? ChatGPT 4 is there to lend a virtual hand. In essence, the evolution of generative AI is akin to the introduction of the internet. It started as a simple concept, but with each iteration, it becomes more sophisticated, more intuitive, and more integrated into our everyday lives. And just like the internet, AI in its many forms is set to redefine how we live, work, and interact with the world. In this video, we've explored the evolution of AI, delved into the differences between ChatGPT 3.5 and 4, and pondered the myriad ways in which these tools are used, both at home and in business. We've drawn parallels between the growth of AI and the introduction of the internet, painting a picture of a future where AI becomes as commonplace as the internet is today. This isn't a future you want to miss out on. As we stand on the precipice of this new era, it's time to embrace the potential of AI, to harness its power for our personal and professional lives. Just as our ancestors looked up at the stars and dared to ask why, we too should look towards the future of AI and ask what's next.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Embracing AI, how ChatGPT can transform your daily life and work. My name is Corinne Coker, and I'm very happy that you are here. Today, I am streaming with StreamYard. Using StreamYard is a tool that allows you to stream on multiple platforms. So you should be able to see this on my Facebook personal page, on the Facebook Coker Law Firm page, on LinkedIn, and YouTube. I've been informed that there is a problem with um, with the Instagram feed. I apologize about that, but this will be replayed in the near future. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the slides so that we can get started. Just bear with me for a moment. Okay, again, if you are just tuning in, welcome to Embracing AI, how ChatGPT can transform your daily life and work. So, ChatGPT and AI are everywhere, and it's been everywhere for over the past year. As you can see on this slide, almost everybody, every major news publication is talking about it. And the AI industry is projected to grow over 10 times by 2030. Major companies are jumping on board, and I have to be honest with you, these articles are actually a little bit old. So the thing is, with AI, it changes literally every day, and the news updates every day. So the latest news of the major company I heard about recently was Amazon, and unfortunately, they're not on this slide. And again, this slide is a little bit dated. There are new AI tools absolutely every day. This one was from 2023, but as you look forward, look at that. That was an accounting of some of the tools that were produced in 2023 or that were being used in 2023. So one thing about this webinar is that we're going to run through the history of this pretty quickly. I don't know about you, but sometimes I get on a webinar and there's so much background information and they don't get to the practical stuff. So I'm going to breeze through this background information so we can really delve into working with ChatGPT. So the reason why this is presented, the American Online, or AOL, if you are like me, if you are a Gen Xer or a Boomer, you probably remember when this came into existence. This is one of those pictures that you look at and you say, I can hear the picture. I can hear the telephone line. I remember being on the internet and my parents wanting to get on the telephone and I'm annoyed, or they pick up the phone and it breaks up my internet feed. And who knew back then that the internet was going to be something that was encompassed in almost every part of our lives? But then I want to get to who am I? I just jumped right in. So again, my name is Corinne Coker, Esquire. I am the founder of Coker Law Firm. A little background about me. I am, again, I'm an attorney. My firm focuses on trademarks, copyrights, and business law. And that's somewhat how I got into AI in the first place. Working in the world of trademarks and copyrights, we work in the digital world and we try to help people protect what they produce. And then AI jumped on the scene and there were all these questions about what is going to happen in the trademark and copyright world now that you have AI and so many people are able to generate things so quickly. So that was my initial attraction to the AI world. But again, by way of background, I am from the Philadelphia area. I'm from outside of Philadelphia, from Cheltenham. I attended Hampton University as a mass media major. So again, my love for media, it goes back a very long way. I matriculated at Howard University School of Law and started practicing law in 2002. So my first 20 years of law, approximately, I was in the world of litigation. So I practiced in
criminal defense as well as in insurance defense before opening my own firm. I opened my own firm because I love entrepreneurship. I love helping people and helping people in a different way. And then when AI jumped onto the scene, this gave me even more tools, not just to be able to help my own law firm, but to be able to help my clients and other people who wanted to find a way to streamline their businesses and do things in a different way and more effectively. So what does that have to do with AI? So I have learned so much. So although AI has been around for a number of years, AI, the way we talk about it on a daily basis, and the way we talk about ChatGPT really was introduced to us as a whole on November 30th in 2022. I want to say I found out about it in early December, automatically jumped onto ChatGPT and started to learn. So over the past year, you've probably heard about ChatGPT and all of the other tools that you can use. And I just want to let you know, for the purposes of this webinar, we are going to primarily focus on ChatGPT. I will introduce some other tools towards the end of the webinar, but I really wanted to focus on this one for a couple of reasons. Number one, ChatGPT is my baby. It's the tool that I started with. It's the tool that I really decided to learn and to really try to become an expert in this area. So on the screen, if you have not logged into ChatGPT yet, here is the website for getting onto ChatGPT on your computer. And there's also a ChatGPT app on your phone. So it can be found in the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. I use both. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really love ChatGPT on my phone, and I'm going to get to that later. So again, if you have not logged in yet, you can either log in during this webinar or log in later. You guys will be getting the slides to this. Okay, so when you log into ChatGPT, you are going to come up here where it says try ChatGPT. And you have the ability to either create your own account or log in with an account that you already have. Okay, when you start with ChatGPT, it looks like I'm a little cut off right here, but you're going to start with what's called ChatGPT 3.5, and that is the free version. I wanted to show you a couple of things that are on my screen. So number one, down here, you probably will not see this where it says web access and one-click prompts. This is a plugin that I use, so it's personal to me. So if you log in your computer and you don't see it, that's fine. It's probably not going to be there unless you log into the plugin. Over here on the left, it looks like my face is covering this, but it says upgrade plan. So the plugin that I talked about is Web Chat GPT. Again, if you're interested in it. The reason that I use this plugin, and if you are using the free version of Chat GPT, originally when ChatGPT was introduced to us at the 3.5 version, it really only had information that went up to 2021. It was kind of cut off after that. And they would warn you and tell you, we do not have recent information. So what I did is when I found that plugin, which is Web Chat GPT, I added it to my computer. So it was able to reach out to the internet and get more current information as well as the links to that current information. Now on this screen, I do have a couple of other sites, which include Claude, they include Gemini, they include Perplexity. If you've heard any of these other websites, they are functional models that are similar to ChatGPT. Again, I'm going to focus on ChatGPT today. I'm not ignoring them, and I want to make sure that you guys know that I am aware of them. Okay, so what can ChatGPT do? And we have in here parentheses chatty. So I am in a group of people who are not only AI enthusiasts, but also a group of AI certified consultants. And our mentor, Alicia and Lorette Little, they refer to ChatGPT as chatty, and I started to do as well. So what can ChatGPT do? ChatGPT or Chatty can answer questions. It can create content for you, give you advice, or be your assistant. It is designed to give you a human-like response to your prompts. So we're going to get more into prompts later. I said later, but right here. What is a prompt? A prompt is the instructions that you give to ChatGPT, and you input it and tell it what you want in order to get the output that you desire. So, something that is important to know: garbage in equals garbage out. If you put garbage into ChatGPT, your response is going to be garbage. And I'm going to show you more about that a little bit later. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to bounce over to ChatGPT and go live so I can show you some of the functionality. So just give me a minute. Okay, so here is an example of ChatGPT 3.5. So again, if you were to log into ChatGPT today and get the free version, your screen is going to look similar to this. Again, you will not have these options on the bottom, which are related to what ChatGPT, and you will not have all of this over here on the side. So what all of this is from here down where it says Lawyer Corinne explains NIL. These are my previous searches on ChatGPT. So if you have not searched anything before, you will not have anything over here in the column. Up top are GPTs, which I will explain to you later. These are GPTs, or somewhat like plugins that you can click on and they will help you create your search. But what I say to you guys is that I wanted to research writing an article for Women's History Month. Now, one thing as I type, I do not always spell everything incorrectly. There might be some typos. One of the things that I love about ChatGPT is she has a tendency to ignore all that. So also, I do want to turn off my custom instructions, which I've done. Hey, Chatty, because again, I've named her. Please draft an article about Women's History Month for a news letter. Boom. And as you can see, Chatty is spitting out information very quickly. I asked her to write information about Women's History Month for a newsletter. Now, just imagine, I don't know about you, but it would have taken me a lot more than less than 30 seconds in order to create a newsletter article like this. Okay, so starting in the beginning, celebrating Women's History Month, honoring women's contributions and achievements as March unfolds. So there's a time of reflection, celebration, and acknowledgement of a profound impact of women of me on history. Women's History Month stands as a poignant reminder of the struggles, triumphs, and ongoing journey towards gender inequality. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to go back to my slides for a minute, so give me a little bit of grace. So, even though we asked ChatGPT to create an article for us, and it did produce one very, very quickly, one of the things that stood out to me about that article is that it was very generic robotic writing. So one of the issues when it comes to ChatGPT and other models are that people complain about robotic writing. They're like, I look at this. This doesn't sound like you. If they know you personally, it sounds like a robot wrote it. And is that going to be attractive to people? People who are in school at university, they're using ChatGPT to write papers when they really should be writing them, originally, and they're getting caught. Sometimes not just because their professors or teachers are using an AI detector, they can just tell. They can just tell by the writing. So how do you resolve that? Let's move forward. So what we're going to do is we are going to upgrade to ChatGPT 4, and we're going to use custom instructions. So what is ChatGPT 4? So again, I told you when you log in and you're originally on the free version of ChatGPT, you are in the free version of ChatGPT. It does have this basic generic writing. ChatGPT 4 is on the plan that's called ChatGPT Plus. ChatGPT Plus is approximately $20 a month. And for me, to be honest with you, it was completely worth it. It allowed for more capability, less robotic writing, and it allows for custom instructions, which really gets at the heart of what I would like to teach you today, and our Tada method, which again, I will talk to you about a little bit more in the future. So here is an example, and I'm actually going to go and do this live, of an article that ChatGPT wrote for me about women in the law, in the legal profession, for Women's History Month. So I'm going to pop back over. Just bear with me for a moment. Okay, so this is our prior article under ChatGPT 3.5. You can see that up in the top left-hand corner. I'm going to click the arrow. If you do have the higher levels, which are either plus or teams, you do have these other options. I'm going to click on ChatGPT 4. And I'm actually going to turn on custom instructions, and I'm going to show you how to do this in a few minutes. Custom instructions. Again, my head is actually in the way. Let me see if I can bring this up for you. Okay. Custom instructions is where I made ChatGPT work for me. So I previously asked ChatGPT 3.5 to write an article for Women's History Month for a newsletter. So I have upgraded to ChatGPT 4. I have told ChatGPT about me. I've trained it, which again, I'm about to show you how to do that in a minute. And I am going to ask Chatty to write an article for my newsletter. So the only thing that I changed here is I wrote, please write an article about the importance of Women's History Month for the Koger Law Firm newsletter. And I did that because Chatty is already familiar with Koger Law Firm. So as you can see, Chatty is producing some commentary as well as the actual newsletter for me. So while Chatty is writing the article, I want to start with what she said to me up top there. Hey there, crafting an article about the importance of Women's History Month sounds like a fantastic way to engage and inspire the Coger law firm community. Let's dive right in with a draft that highlights the significant celebration's relevance to the legal field, entrepreneurship, and beyond. So again, Chatty knows about my law firm community. It knows I focuses on the legal field, and it knows I focus on entrepreneurship. So here's the text. March is just not any month. It's a time when we celebrate Women's History Month, a period dedicated to honoring the achievements and contributions of women throughout history. At Coger Law Firm, we recognize the profound impact women have had across various sectors, including law, business, education, and more. This month serves as a powerful reminder of the strides that women have made towards equality and the work that still lies ahead. So this is a lot more in line with the way that I want to speak to my community that subscribe to my newsletter. And it talks about what I focus on in the law firm, which is I focus on business people and I focus on entrepreneurship. Isn't that amazing? So again, this is one of the things that sets Chatty apart from some of the other models. Let me go back and tell you how I did this. So this is one of our favorite gifts or gifs, however you want to call it. And this was the reaction that I had when I saw the differences between working in ChatGPT 3.5 versus ChatGPT 4.0 with custom instructions. So let me move forward. So using ChatGPT as a personal assistant, and again, not just the model, you are going to do something which is called training ChatGPT. And what is that? Here we go. What you're going to do is you are going to give ChatGPT a custom instruction. So instead of just stating, hey, I want you to write an article for me about Women's History Month, you are going to write something such as, I would like for you to write for me as my ghostwriter. I am going to give you my bio and 2 transcripts of trainings or articles that I have written so that you can learn about me and learn about my writing and teaching style and tone so that you can write for me as me. Do you understand? When I tell you, everybody, using this custom instruction is the key of making ChatGPT your personal assistant and enabling her to write for you and sound like you. So one of the questions when I learned this, though, was, do I have to do this every time? If you're using ChatGPT 3.5, you probably do. So when you say that to ChatGPT, this is the type of response you will get. Yes, I understand your request. I can help you write content based on your writing style and your tone as described with the materials that you provide. So what type of materials do you provide? So I actually have this saved in a file in my computer, but I have a bio, which is a full bio about me, about my firm, what I want ChatGPT to know about me in order to write for me. And you don't want to just like take like any old bio, that you have. You want to add in the best bio that you have, the best presentation of yourself. And then you want to upload transcripts of your either writing or your speaking. So if you speak on webinars such as this, if you teach live classes, if you write articles, if you write books, you want to take samples of that and you're going to go into ChatGPT and actually upload them into ChatGPT for them to come through and analyze your speaking style. So for this instance, somebody had uploaded a podcast episode and it says, this gives me good insight of your conversational and informative style of presenting information. So this one is actually based upon my transcripts that I uploaded to ChatGPT. And so I asked them to do an analysis of my writing and speaking style. So it says that my style is conversational and approachable. You maintain an easy to understand conversational style that sets people at ease, which aligns with your brand personality. Your language isn't overly formal or filled with unnecessary legal jargon. That lets you know I just didn't pull this from somebody else. It's talking about me. Making your expertise accessible to your audience. You are detailed and comprehensive. You provide thorough step-by-step explanations when teaching. I hope you guys are getting that right now. It shows your dedication to clarity and ensuring everyone understands the topic at hand. Professional. While your tone is friendly and approachable, you maintain a level of professionalism that lends credibility to your instructions and discussions. So you guys can read. I'm not going to go through all this, but I'm going to go down here where it says commonly used phrases and words to include. Okay, I say all the time. I don't actually like all that. I might work on that on my speech, in the near future. So what do you do with that information? Going back to ChatGPT. Okay, let's see. I'm going to change my screen so that you can see everything. Okay. With this view, you can't see me speaking, but you can see the screen, which is way more important. Over here on the left side, I'm going to click on my name, which is Corinne Koger. This is my workspace. So I told you guys that there's the free version of ChatGPT, which is 3.5. There is the plus version, which is $20 a month. I actually upgraded to the Teams version. And the Teams version is if you are using ChatGPT with somebody else on your team. It takes a minimum of one person. So in my workspace, I do want to work with my team using ChatGPT. So I upgraded to that level. However, ChatGPT 4 and the Teams version are quite similar. But we're going to come down here to where it says custom instructions. Okay. First thing it says is customize ChatGPT. Custom instructions. What would you like ChatGPT to know about you and provide better responses? Here are some thought starters. So here is where you're going to put that professional bio that I already told you about. And then it says, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? So remember, I asked ChatGPT to analyze the writings that I uploaded. And based upon those writings, I said, I want you to respond as me. So here it goes. ChatGPT should adopt a friendly conversational tone in its responses, avoiding over formal language or complex legal terminology. You see that from the other screen. Now, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom because I did give it a few more instructions. Never use the following. I hope this XXS finds you well. Almost always when you read an email or a letter and it says, I hope this finds you well, that usually means it's been machine generated. Avoid using words like it's important to note, delve into, tapestry, bustling. In summary or in conclusion, remember that. Take a dive into, navigating, landscape. Why did I pick these terms? These are terms that I have seen very frequently in ChatGPT outputs, and they just do not align with me, my style, the way I speak, or the way that I write. So I'm asking ChatGPT, when you're writing as me, don't use this. So now that I have showed you some of the differences between ChatGPT 3.5 and 4.0, I'm going to show it to you again. And this time I'm going to use something a little bit different. So again, here I am on ChatGPT 3.5. I have my web access turned off. I'm going to ask ChatGPT, write a bio about current color. It's not all the way turned off. I'm sorry, guys. So because I have been using ChatGPT 4.0 and it does have all this information about me, it did give a really accurate bio. I'm going to actually use somebody different. Let me try this again. And this is one of my friends, and I know she will allow me to use her. I'm going to come all the way out and back in again, though. I don't want to have this mistake again. So just bear with me. I don't think you guys are going to see all my personal business. Okay, here I am, ChatGPT 3.5, custom instructions. I'm turning them off. Write a bio about Malika Guess. So I asked ChatGPT to write a bio about a person I know, and the person that I picked has a pretty unique name. It's not like their name was like Samantha Jones or anything. And I'm reading this bio. Malika Guest has a multifaceted individual whose journey through life has been marked by a passion of creativity, innovation, and community engagement. Born and raised in a culturally rich environment, her upbringing instilled her with a deep appreciation of diversity in the arts. This does not sound like my friend at all. If you don't know her, if you do know her, you're going to laugh. So what I'm going to do is I am going to change this to ChatGPT 4. I'm going to turn on my web access. And again, I would suggest this. It does not necessarily have to be this plugin. But I suggest this if you want more current and accurate information, and web access actually draws from information on the internet that it will allow you to link to. So thanks, Lake. And let me stop it here because I don't want that. Sorry, I don't want personal information. So I do apologize about that. And when I send this out to as a replay, I am going to delete some of that. So like I said, it will draw from people's personal information that is on the internet. And again, just in terms of privacy, I'm just going to delete that as we go forward. But I'm going to give you other examples of ways that you can use ChatGPT, because what I described to you guys is how you can use it at home and how you can use it at work. So right here, I talked to you about using bios and creating articles, but what are other ways that you can use ChatGPT? I use ChatGPT every day as my assistant. If I'm sitting there, if I'm thinking, if I'm pondering about something and I'm pondering too hard, my next step is usually like, oh, let me go ask Chatty. So I told you guys I frequently use, I frequently use ChatGPT on my phone. I'll go back to a different screen. Here we go. Yeah, frequently use ChatGPT on my phone. So here are a couple examples of things that I searched for this week. So I am not the chef in the family. I'm often pondering what are we going to eat. So I'm telling ChatGPT, hey, I have spinach, eggs, and apples in the fridge. Again, I told you not even worry about spelling. Give me 5 meals I can make. So prior to ChatGPT, I would have put this into Pinterest. I was a big Pinterest fan back in the day. I don't even go on Pinterest anymore. Reason being, if I were to put this into Pinterest, they're going to come up with 20 pins with pictures. You're going to click on the picture. Then it's going to take you to the website. Oftentimes, that website is going to be filled with ads and pop-ups. Before you even get to the recipe, you're going to have to scroll all the way down through those ads and pop-ups just to get to a recipe. So here, in order to figure out what I could make with the 3 items that I had in my refrigerator, here goes ChatGPT spitting it out for me very quickly. Spinach and egg breakfast scramble, apple and spinach salad. And it still gave me some sources if I wanted to find out more information about these recipes. WebMD has delicious.com, healthline.com, allrecipes.com. So that was amazing. One thing about ChatGPT, if you go onto a new topic or a new subject, you do want to start a new chat. So for this next one, I'm going to start a new chat. So another thing that I did this week, I did a rebranding photo shoot yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I am an attorney. I am not a model. I'm not an Instagram model. I'm not any type of model. So I don't know how to pose. So I went to ChatGPT or Chatty and said, hey, Chatty, I'm doing a photo shoot for my law firm. Give me 10 poses that I should use. Okay, and let's see what Chatty comes up with. And thank you guys for the comments and the questions. I am going to get them to them at the end. If I stop in between, I'm going to lose my train of thought. Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like I said, I'm an attorney. I'm not a model, never have been one, never really wanted to be one. This type of stuff freaks me out. So when I showed up at my photo shoot yesterday, I was prepared with all these poses. And my photographer was like, you study. I was like, yeah, ChatGPT helped me out. So some of the poses they came up with: the power pose, standing, hands on hips, showing determination and strength; the desk shot, sitting at a desk, looking up at the camera, surrounded by your work environment; the bookshelf backdrop. So, again, it would have taken me so much more time if I was scrolling on Instagram, if I was scrolling through TikTok, looking for these poses. And not to say that I didn't do that, but this gave me a starting place to help with my photo shoot. So that's why I say ChatGPT or Chatty can be your assistant at home and work. So I am going to get back to some of the ways that you can use it in work. Switching screens again, bear with me. So I hope you guys are finding this information helpful. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, so going back to our Tada method, I didn't fully go through everything, but I did talk to you extensively about train. So you want to train ChatGPT. So that was me giving it the bio, telling ChatGPT I wanted her to talk like me, write like me. The next thing that you want to do in the Tada network is to ask. I'm going to show you this coming up. So I already showed you. Asking is the prompt. So you've already trained ChatGPT. You ask ChatGPT what you want to know. And then when they give you what you want to know, you are going to dig. The next step after dig is additional and assembly. And we are going to take all of everything in the Tada method and put it all together. I really don't have the time to go through them all individually, so I'm going to do it all together, and hopefully you can see where I'm going with this. So again, I wanted to show you guys how to use ChatGPT in business. So right now we are going to work on a business plan. Head it back over to Chatty. So for those of you guys who are in business, can you do me a favor and drop your businesses in the chat? I would love to know what you do. Okay, we are back. So what I want to do is work on starting a business using ChatGPT. And typically when people start businesses, one of the first things they do is they start with a business plan. So I am going to ask Chatty to help me. Hey, Chatty, because again, we're friends. I want to start a business and I need to create a business plan. So in doing this, I went over here, I clicked on my custom instructions. This is where I told ChatGPT about me, how I write. I'm actually turning off web access. When you have on web access, it gives you a lot of information. Like it says, it will link back to different articles on the internet. I just don't want to cloud the feed right now. But so I already trained Chatty and I'm asking Chatty, hey, I want to start a business. I need to create a business plan. Do you know about lean business plans? Because I don't want to do like a full blown one right now. Okay, Chatty's response. Yes, they know about a lean business plan. A lean business plan is a streamlined version of a traditional business plan, focusing more on essentials. It's like having a GPS for your business rather than a detailed map for every possible route you take. The idea is to get you moving quickly and allow for easy adjustments as you learn more about your market and customers. A lean business plan typically includes the following. It has 9 steps: the value proposition, key partnerships and resources, customer segments, channels, etc. So then Chatty does talk back to you. They gave us all this information. They gave us some commentary. Does this layout make sense to you? Are you looking to fill these sections for your business idea, or do you need advice on how to get started with them? Yes, Chatty, I need advice. I would like, here's my business. My business is a 24-hour daycare near a hospital setting. I would like to open a Okay, so I asked, I said, Chatty, yes, I need your advice. I would like to open a 24-hour daycare near a hospital for the hospital staff and for the patients. What would be the value proposition for this type of business? And here we go. And so while Chatty is working its magic, I just think about all the times that I've started businesses and went through this process of thinking and thinking and thinking before even putting pen to paper or putting stuff on a keyboard to even get started. So the value proposition they came up with was convenience and reliability. The most significant value you're offering is convenience. The hospital staff often work irregular hours, including overnight shifts, which aren't covered by traditional daycare services. Peace of mind, flexibility, quality of care. These are great. Next in the lean business plan, it talked about key partnerships and resources. Who and what do you need to operate? Think about suppliers, manufacturers, and mentors. Again, in a normal situation without ChatGPT, you need to be sitting here thinking and researching on the internet. But what I'm going to do is I am going to copy and paste this here and write. So with my 24-hour daycare, what type of key partnerships and resources do you suggest based upon, I'm pasting what they wrote above. What type of key partnerships and resources do you suggest? Now, if you're familiar with the Lean business plan sheet, it's basically a one-pager. So you're not going to put necessarily all this information on your one-pager, but it can go into your document, into your binder for building your business plan. So here they say key partnerships include hospital and healthcare facilities, educational organizations, local businesses, childcare networks, community organizations. Key resources: qualified staff, faculty and safety equipment, technology solutions, transportation, education and play materials, legal and financial advisors. You always want your legal and financial advisors. So if you were going to work on creating your lean business plan, you would do that for each of these 9 points. So you've trained Chatty, you told you what you wanted, you asked Chatty what you wanted, which is a lean business plan. Now we are digging in and getting some additional information. We do not have time today to go through this entire lean business plan, but I'm going to take you to another step. I'm going to take you to some additional information. So one thing I wanted to focus on was key partnerships and qualified staff. Again, I'm going to copy and paste what they have here because I want them to add to it. Hey, Chatty, who are the people or positions that I need for qualified staff for my 24-hour daycare? Give me 10. Sometimes it's good to have these qualifiers, such as give me 10. All right, director or manager oversees all operations, including staff management, curricular development, early education, educators and teachers, assistant teachers. They're going on and on and on. So Chatty's going to give me 10 people that they think I need to hire. Okay, so working with number 1. Okay, Chatty, I want to hire a director manager for my 24-hour daycare near the hospital. Write a job description that I can post on Indeed and other job seeking sites. Again, guys, my have taken for me to do on my own without the help of ChatGPT. So here we have job title, location, you insert that yourself. About us, they started us off with the about us section. Position summary, responsibilities, qualifications. Isn't this amazing? They put in here what you think they think you should offer: competitive salary or benefits packages, opportunities in professional development, a supportive community of family of staff and family members. And then Chatty will tell you, feel free to adjust the details. Like, you don't have to listen to everything that she says. She's just getting you started. Okay, great. So what's the next step? I want to hire this person, right? Okay, Chatty. I decided who I want to hire as, what was the name of that position? As the daycare director / manager. What do I need to do to onboard them? So I'm asked, I went through the process. They gave me a job description. I've gone on, I've interviewed people. I decided who I want. Now I want to bring them on, and I want to bring this person on in the right way. All right, they're telling us, Chatty's telling us, prepare the essential documents, set up their workspace, plan a comprehensive orientation, review regulatory and compliance training, introduce them to your network, establish goals and expectations, on and on and on and on and on. Again, my mind's blown. I hope your mind is blown, because I'm just thinking about how many weeks and months it would have taken me to come up with this on my own. So if I were you and I was hiring for my 24-hour daycare, I would go through and do this for each and every position that I wanted to hire. All right. So they told me what they need to onboard, and let's see, plan a comprehensive orientation. I don't want to onboard them too quickly. I think I want to take like 2 days to do orientation. Chatty, create an orientation schedule based upon. Now, I just took and copied and pasted what they set up here for orientation. Again, this is your business. You don't have to do what Chatty says. If you don't like what they put in there what you want. But I know I want orientation the last 2 days. I don't want them to be overwhelmed. Give me a schedule. Let's see what Chatty says. Sorry about that. Apparently, I don't know how to turn on focus on my Mac products. Again, if you guys have any questions, definitely put them in the chat and I will get to them. All right, so now Chatty has prepared a 2-day orientation schedule. So day 1, welcome and facility tour, 9 o'clock, 10 a.m., 11 o'clock. They have the afternoon schedule. Day 2, a deep dive into daycare operations. Day 3, oh wow, I didn't even ask for day 3. I don't remember what I asked, whether it's for 2 days, but this is great. This is a great orientation schedule. And again, you would take this and modify this to what you want to do. So now, because we are running up on time, I expect this to last about an hour and a half. I do want to show you a couple of other tools that I use with ChatGPT, especially as I'm working on projects like this, helping people build their businesses. So now just imagine we went through all the steps. We created our lean business plan. We have our job descriptions, we have our orientation schedule, and we want to put this information out there in the world. And one of the best ways to do that is using video. And so one of the AI tools that I like for video is called InVideo. Let me bring that up. InVideo AI. So I'm going to take you over there. I'm going to switch screens. Okay, so here is the face of InVideo AI. And just for you guys to give you a heads up, there is a regular InVideo, which is a little bit older, which is just a video, not just, but it's a video editing software. But in video AI, you can give in video a topic or detailed instructions, and they will create video for you. So how do I use this with ChatGPT? So in the previous screen, we created the orientation schedule. And so what I am going to do is copy and paste that orientation schedule into this video. Create a video describing the orientation process at the 24-hour daycare near the hospital. Okay, so all I did was copy and paste what I got from ChatGPT. And this is for the new daycare director and manager. Generate video. So what InVideo is going to do, it's going to analyze the information that I just provided it from ChatGPT. It's thinking. Gives me a time to sip some coffee. They tell us they're still thinking. Now they're preparing. So I hope you guys are getting value out of this and seeing ways that you can use ChatGPT both in your home and in your business. Today, I'm focusing on how to build a business with ChatGPT, but there are so many other functions with it. I'm excited. All right, while this is preparing, I am going to leave it on the screen, but I'm going to let you know in the background, I'm hopping back over to ChatGPT. And what I'm telling it is, hey, Chatty, give me 5 creative names for my 24-hour daycare. Okay, and video is ready for me. So InVideo didn't just go out and spit out a video for me verbatim. It has a few more questions for me. So it says, daycare director's orientation, a comprehensive guide. Who is the audience? My audience is the daycare director. The look and feel of the video, professional, clean, inspiring. Inspiring, I want them to be happy about where they're going to work. Platform, I'm going to put this on YouTube and keep it here. Hit continue. All right, so now this video is going to take a few minutes to generate. And while it's doing that, I'm going to show you some other good stuff. I told you I went over to Chatty to ask them to help me create a name for the daycare. So that's where we're headed now. Okay. Hey, Chatty, give me 5 creative names for my 24-hour daycare. It came up with Moonbeam Childcare Haven, Around the Clock Kitty Care, Nightingale Nursery, Sunshine to Moonlight Childcare, Everbright Day and Night Care. So among these two, I like Around the Clock Kitty Care and Sunshine to Moonlight Childcare. So I'm gonna pick Sunshine to Moonlight Childcare. And I need a logo for this. So let me see if what Chatty can do. Hey, Chatty, can you create a logo for, it said, Chatty, can you create, I know it can create, Chatty, create a logo for Sunshine the Moonlight Daycare, Childcare. So what ChatGPT is doing, it's using another feature. It's called DAL-E, and DAL-E helps to that not helps. DAL-E creates images, and it was incorporated into ChatGPT a few months ago. Boom. Sunshine Moonlight Daycare. Here is a logo. It represents the concept of round the clock care with elements of both the sun and the moon. Again, guys, I'm mind blown. Had I been doing this on my own, I'm probably like on month 2 or 3 of coming up with this business plan. Now I would have gone out and tried to hire, not tried to, but hire a designer, because I'm not a designer. I can't do this, to create this logo for me. And this is actually a pretty good logo. Sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you, we have images that you ask ChatGPT and DALL-E to create, and it has words. Sometimes all the words aren't spelled correctly. Sometimes the letters are backwards, but this came out pretty well. This was great. Another tool that a lot of people love is Midjourney. So let's see if we can pop over to Midjourney. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this description and see what Midjourney comes up with. Let me know if you guys are getting value out of this in the comments. I am going to present my screen with Midjourney. And I'm going to be honest with you. Midjourney was scary to me when I first got on here. I'm not an art person. I'm not a graphics person. It's on Discord. Discord was overwhelming to me. I didn't know what to do. But again, you stick in here, you talk to people, you join groups, you join classes, you learn how to use these AI tools. So here I am over in Midjourney, and I want to create an image. I'm actually going to use the description from ChatGPT. So I put in there, logo, exactly what they said. Let's see what Midjourney comes up with. Now, in a little education about Midjourney, this is not my sole feed. So what I did is I joined Midjourney. You join one of these themes or threads or whatever, and there's a whole bunch of people on here. So you can see what other people are creating images for. So in this one, somebody created an image of 2 classical Greco-Roman wrestlers while we're waiting for them to create our image. So let's go back and check on our video. Oh, our video is ready. So while we're waiting for Midjourney to come up with our image, let's go check on our video. As you can see, I really do geek out over this stuff. Are you guys ready for the video? So it wasn't too long ago, but in case you forgot, I gave in-video AI the description of the 3-day orientation. I asked them to create a video for us. Let's see what they come up with.
Ever wondered what it takes to run a successful 24-hour daycare near a bustling hospital? It requires a unique blend of administrative acumen, educational expertise, and a deep understanding of the needs of the community you serve. But most importantly, it starts with a comprehensive orientation process for new daycare directors. Day 1 is a whirlwind of introductions and explorations. The morning begins with a welcome breakfast and a heart-to-heart discussion about the daycare's mission, vision, and expectations. Then, it's time for a facility tour, where the new director familiarizes themselves with each area's purpose, safety protocols, and routines. Following that, a review of key operational tools and software takes place in the daycare's administrative office. The afternoon is reserved for interactions with the assistant directors and lead teachers, observing team meetings, and understanding the security measures in place. The day wraps up with a question and answer session to address any initial queries. Day 2 dives deeper into daycare operations. The morning is
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut that off for you. Let me go back. Sorry about that. And let's continue.
To reviewing the daycare's policies and procedures manual, understanding the financial aspects, and going over the staff handbook. The afternoon is all about getting staff insights, diving into the daycare's curriculum, and discussing special programs and services for children of hospital staff and patients' families. Day 3 is about meeting key stakeholders and setting goals. The day kicks off with a breakfast meeting with representatives from nearby hospitals. Next, local business partners and suppliers are met to understand existing agreements and potential benefits. The afternoon is dedicated to strategic planning, outlining objectives for the first 30, 60, and 90 days, and a final wrap-up meeting to address any immediate steps and final questions. The orientation doesn't end there. Regular check-ins are scheduled for the first 3 months to monitor progress, offer support, and adjust goals as needed. In essence, the orientation process for new daycare directors is comprehensive, engaging, and designed to set them up for success. It ensures they have a clear understanding of the daycare's operations, culture, and strategic direction. It is a journey that begins with a detailed tour and ends with a confident leader ready to guide a 24-hour daycare to new heights of success.
So what did you guys think of that? Was that not amazing? So again, we're in here. It's in under less than an hour. We've almost created a full business plan, job descriptions, orientation, created a video for orientation. This is amazing. And also, as I jump out of here, think about the cost saving efforts. A lot of people don't do this stuff by themselves. You know, they might hire a consultant to come in and help them create their business. They will work with other business people, with attorneys, with other professionals to help create this type of work. Hiring graphic designers, hiring videographers. And let me give you a caveat. I am not saying to not consult with consultants or business people or attorneys or accountants. But as you can see, being able and learning how to do some of this stuff yourself can lend to major cost saving efforts. And if you don't want to do it yourself, perhaps you want somebody else on your staff to learn how to do this for you or for your business. So thanks for sitting through that. Let's go check on Midjourney and see what type of images they've come up with. Let's see. Looks like Midjourney is still generating. Do a refresh. Okay, I do not have my Midjourney images yet, but we're going to move on because I don't want to hold you guys up. Let's see. I'm just double checking again. Oh, wait, we do. I'll be back. Let me share my screen. Okay, so we asked Midjourney to create some logos for us, and this is what they came up with. The logo for Sunshine to Moonlight Childcare. So here we go. We have 4 options. I actually like the image that ChatGPT and DALL-E presented. So if I was going to go forward with this, that's the one I would use. However, if you like the ones over here in Midjourney, there is going to be another course on Midjourney or another webinar on Midjourney and also introducing some of the other image creation tools, because I noticed that a lot of people are on here creating thousands upon thousands of images. That's just not my lane. I stay more in the business lane, but I still wanted you guys to be able to see what was out there and the capabilities. I'm going to pull out of that. So I'm hoping that by sitting through this webinar, you guys are able to see how ChatGPT can be such an assistant in your home and your business life, and you are thinking about ways that you are able to use it. One of the things I really wanted to do is, introduce this. I would definitely consider this a very introductory course. We covered a lot today, but I noticed that there seemed to be a disconnect with people that I interact with on the internet, on social media. There's a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I heard about that ChatGPT thing, but I don't really know what it is or how to use it. And that's who this webinar was really geared towards. And then there are people that are already using it, but don't necessarily know how to train ChatGPT. And then there are other people that have no desire to learn how to use ChatGPT whatsoever, but they might want somebody else in their company to learn how to do it. If you're like the business owner or if you're in the C-suite, you might not necessarily want to know all the, A to Z parts, but you're interested in using this in your business. So that is where somebody like me comes in. And I'm very, very happy that you guys were here today. So I want to share a few things with you before we leave. And I'm going to go back to my Canva slides. Just give me a second. And again, this is definitely the time to drop your questions because I am on StreamYard. I don't think all the questions are available for everybody to see if you guys are on different platforms. So. Back to present. Okay, questions. Yes, we do, or at least I do, give presentations, webinars, in-person presentations to other people and other organizations. Yes, there will be a replay that's going out from this. It will not go out tomorrow. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. It will probably go out early next week. And I am going to give you guys all a link to sign up for the newsletter. If you're on the newsletter, you will get this presentation. If you know anybody else that is interested in getting on the newsletter, I will give you guys the link for that too. So give me, the newsletter will be last, but a few things. If you're interested in learning how to use AI, there is, if you're interested in learning how to use AI, either at home in your business, here is the website and the QR code if you would like to book a call with me. So if you want to learn a little bit more, if you'd like to have a free introductory call, definitely make sure you use your phone, you scan the QR code, or you can put the website into your browser and you can book a call with me, Corinne Koger. If you want to stay up to date on AI tools, you can join the AI Experts Club. So this is a club that I am a member of, and I will let you guys know that this is an affiliate link. So if you guys do decide to join the club, which is a paid club, I do get paid a little bit from you joining using my link. But I mentioned earlier at the beginning of this webinar that I do study under Alicia and Lorette Little, and they have monetized marketing. And Alicia has been crowned the queen of AI. And this is the person who I and many others have followed to learn how to use AI and how to present it to you. And we stay up to date. We meet weekly. There is a Facebook group, and there are seminars such as this that introduce and teach other AI tools. Now, I am in the process of becoming a certified AI consultant. If that is something that you see yourself doing, again, here is the QR code and the website to sign up for that. I am very excited about this. Like I said at the beginning, I see the intersection of AI in the area of law in which I practice. So for me, this only made sense. So if you are interested in becoming an AI consultant, here is the code and the website. So it looks like I need to do a little something to put up here my site for the newsletter. So if you guys just bear with me for a moment, I will stop my screen. Okay, I'm going to put this in the chat. Okay, the link to my newsletter is in the chat. There's a question. When interacting with ChatGPT, what is your best advice in paraphrasing the response, or is it okay to cite verbatim? It depends on what you're doing. It's okay to cite verbatim if you feel that is factually sound. If it sounds like you, so one of the issues when it comes to AI is ethical AI, right? So when somebody's asking a question like this, what is your advice on paraphrasing a response? What are you using it for? Are you using it for an email with a client or a prospect or a friend? Are you using it on a dating site? Do you know people are actually doing that? Some people are getting on dating sites and they're conversing with each other and they're asking questions. They will put the question right in ChatGPT and copy and paste that answer. Are you using it for school where they have told you to come up with original answers and not to rely upon generative AI for your answer? So it really truly depends on how you are using that answer. Now, for me, if again, ChatGPT, the output to an email or a response is something that does not sound like me at all. And this is somebody that is either going to know, either knows me or does not know me. I'm not going to use it verbatim. And guess what? You can also go into ChatGPT and click a button and ask them to regenerate, and they will, ChatGPT will rewrite it. And you can do that until you feel like, it gets it right. So there's not a problem with it, but it depends on the context in which you're using it. So speaking of ethical AI, there are other places where this is coming up, and they do want people to disclose whether or not you're using AI. So it's my understanding, I think on TikTok, they have a question whether you use AI to create this. On Amazon, if you are printing books on Amazon, Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, they are asking, is what you're submitting, was it created using AI? So you do have to look at the rules. Like, it's funny, a lot of us sign up for these websites like all willy-nilly, and when you sign up for the website, it has its terms of service, and we just scroll to the bottom, check, and keep going. Don't do that anymore. And those terms of services are usually very long, and that's one of the reasons why nobody reads them. But you don't want to get in trouble. But guess what you can do? You can copy and paste that terms of service into ChatGPT and ask questions about it. What are the rules of using ChatGPT on this website? So I hope that helps. I hope you guys are able to get the newsletter that I dropped in the chat. I see that it did post on Facebook. It's posted on YouTube. It's posted here on StreamYard. I will again post this on all other platforms, and feel free to inbox me. I'm definitely here to talk in the chat, and I hope this provided a lot of value. It went a little bit over, but I hope you guys don't mind it. And I look forward to bringing webinars like this to you more often. So thank you for coming.